This is your Weather Extreme video for Sunday, October the 21st. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Thanks for tuning in. Well, let's take a look at the Skycam, and while we can't see a whole lot out there, it is definitely clear across Alabama. There's a look at the Birmingham Skycam. Our clear weather thanks to a bit of a high-pressure system that has been migrating from basically about southeastern Louisiana up into the Virginia area, over West Virginia this by midday today. And in the upper atmosphere, we've been dealing with that trough that's now along the east coast, but that is being replaced by a large ridge that will give us good weather for the next 5 to 6 days or so before we see another chance for rain. It is somewhat warm across Texas and the Southwest U.S., but otherwise across the rest of the country, it is, I would say coolish, not necessarily cold, although it looks like there's a good deal of cold air developing across western Canada. Across central Alabama, we're generally in the 40s. It looks like we'll be warming up slightly for the next few days with lows primarily in the 50s. Tropics are somewhat active. We have that area in the central Atlantic that is not likely to become a storm anytime soon. But in the meantime, the area in the Caribbean, as we noted yesterday, was moving into an area with a little bit more conducive conditions for development, and the different models suggest that it is likely to probably take a northward trek after the next, 18 to 36 hours or so, and move across eastern Cuba and into the Bahamas. So we'll be watching that. It does look like it comes up on the GFS, so you'll get to see it in our model discussion. And the other one, definitely staying out to sea. QPF-wise, you can get the forecast right there for the next 5 days. It looks like we're going to stay dry. The 06Z GFS model run, and here's the upper air chart for Monday, the 22nd at midday, and you can see that ridge coming from southeastern Louisiana up across the Tennessee and Ohio River valleys, and of course that is keeping us high and dry with the surface high positioned over the Carolinas. The surface high continues to stay anchored over the Carolinas on Tuesday, so we stayed, once again, dry and mild, basically. A little bit of moisture return Wednesday into Texas, Oklahoma, but the surface high still positioned basically over the Carolinas. We do begin to see a little bit of a change on Thursday as the high seems to be migrating a little bit further to the east, and of course the tropical system enters the picture down there. By Friday, we see that our ridge has moved to the east coast, and now that is being replaced by a substantial trough along the eastern range of the Rockies there. And so we do see a cold front with a surface low up in Canada. We see a cold front approaching, but right now it looks like Friday is likely to be a dry day, but moisture certainly returning to our west. On Saturday, that trough continues to push eastward ever so slowly, making its influence felt on us with the front definitely in our area. And of course you can see the activity out in the Atlantic as the GFS is suggesting that whatever that storm is, it will stay basically east of the United States. And then by a week from today, you see the trough over the eastern third of the country, and of course that would mean that the front has come through, and certainly a bit of a colder look to the pattern with the 540 line coming down almost to Tennessee, so just a little bit chillier than what we were seeing yesterday. But you know how it is when you get out onto voodoo country and edge into voodoo country, things change rather dramatically. And then here's a real quick look into voodoo country. There's the 31st, Halloween, and boy, that certainly has a chilly look to it with the 540 line at the probably coming down well into the southeastern U.S., and then we seem to dampen out that chilly look and go a bit milder by the 5th of November. But we also see that we have a trough and a nice southwesterly fetch, which could mean that we would see some clouds as well as some possibility of rain because of the moisture coming out of the Pacific. Well, that'll do it for this Weather Xtreme video. I want to thank the Shelby County Chamber of Commerce for the opportunity to MC the Shelby Blues and Barbecue event at Old Town Helena in the Helena Amphitheater Park yesterday. It was a lot of fun and enjoyed the music. James Spann should be back tomorrow with the next edition of the Weather Xtreme video. In the meantime, I hope that your Sunday is a good one, and Godspeed.
Thank you for trusting us to be your #1 source for news
in all of Central Alabama.
in back-to-back ratings periods.
More people watched ABC 3340
than any other station in Birmingham.